Hi guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel where we do drone videos and where we cover the most recent and most relevant drone news. Today my friends, we're back here once again with a brand new video and with a very requested one by all of you, and that is because in today's video we're going to be talking about a very hot topic which includes the Mavic 3 and the DJI Mini 3. Today's video is going to be one which you will not want to miss out on, because we're going to be discussing which one of these two drones will actually be releasing first, because there's a lot of speculation, a lot of talk going around, and everything could happen. And in today's video we're going to be sharing with you which one of these two drones will be releasing first. So you're not going to want to miss out today's video. It's going to be a quite exciting one. But before we get started with today's video, if you're new to the channel, welcome here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in this channel we will always be the first ones to bring you the most recent drone news no matter what. So if you want to have and keep up with the latest updates with any upcoming DJI drones such as the Mavic 3, the Inspire 3, or even the Mini 3, guys, well, this is the place to come for that. And also we're currently in the road to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're watching today's video and you're not subscribed to the channel yet, well, I invite you to go ahead and join the Drone Emotion family so you can help us get to that goal, which we're really not that far away from, guys, anymore. So with that being said, why don't we just go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is going to be a quite exciting one. Well, for the past few months, we've had and been talking a lot about these two drones, and I think these are DJI's best selling and most hyped drones, and that includes the DJI Mini 3 and the Mavic 3. I mean, people have been waiting for both of these drones for quite a while now, but people are very anxious and desperate, and they're wanting to know which of these two drones will actually be releasing first. So in order to discuss and answer that question, we need to go ahead and travel a little bit in the past, talk about previous releases for previous models, and also talk about the latest leaks and rumors that we have, because those are also a pretty big indicator of what's to come in the near future. So let's go ahead and get started talking with the DJI Mavic 3. So in our last video, guys, we talked about how we had some bad news regarding the DJI Mavic 3 and how it looked like it had been delayed. So we've talked about that in the channel. We talked about how it will actually be pushed back all the way to Q1 of 2022. Apparently, that's what they say, but I mean, everything could happen, right? So it looks like the Mavic 3 will be finalizing testing on their prototypes by October the 15th. So that means that by that date, DJI should have the final product ready to go into production. So that means that is really not that far away. That's basically a month and a half away from today. So that means that the Mavic 3 is also around the corner. Now, it's been a long time since we saw the original Mavic Pro. I mean, it's been over 4 years since the original release, and then we saw the Mavic 2 Pro almost 3 years ago, I believe. So let's go ahead and talk about the previous Mavic line release dates. So we had the original Mavic Pro introduced in late September in 2016, if I am not mistaken. So it's been 5 years since the release of the original Mavic Pro. Then 2 years later, we saw the introduction of the Mavic 2 series, which included the Mavic 2 Zoom and the Mavic 2 Pro, which without a doubt were a huge step up, and they had some really big improvements when compared with the original Mavic Pro. Now, that drone was released in late August of 2018, and that was over 3 years ago. So it's definitely time to see something new. So if you go ahead and take a look at the DJI's history, it will make sense that the Mavic 3 will actually be coming out first rather than the Mini 3, because we just had a Mini 2 last year. So technically speaking, it will make a lot of sense to see the Mavic 3 first, but it looks like DJI could actually surprise us, because let's go ahead and talk about the Mini line with DJI. So we've known about the DJI mini line for about 2 years. It's been in the market, and without a doubt I will dare to say it's been probably DJI's best selling category, and that is because these drones weigh under 249 grams, and that is a huge plus, especially in today's world where we're being faced with more strict regulations all over the world. The limit is 250 grams. If you go above that, then you cannot fly your drones in some place. You need to register, and it's a whole mess. And that is why mini drones have been increasing in popularity. And in addition to that, how portable they are, how good they are, and especially how affordable they are compared with a Mavic Pro drone, which is over $1,500. So let's talk about previous DJI Mini releases. Well, the original DJI Mavic Mini 1 was released back in October, more particularly the 30th of October of 2019. Then a year later, we saw the introduction of the DJI Mini 2, and that was the 4th of November of 2020. So basically, exactly a year later after the release of the original Mavic Mini, we saw the release of the Mini 2. So this year it will make a lot of sense to see a brand new mini drone, especially after what DJI has been doing, that every year they have been releasing a mini drone. So this year it will make a lot of sense to see a Mini 3. Now, will it be called the Mini 3 or the Mini 2S? Well, if you ask me, I will put my bet on that it will be called the Mini 3 based on their previous releases, so I'm feeling pretty confident on that name. Now, when will it be released? Well, if we go ahead once again and see previous releases, everything will indicate and dictate that the release of the Mini 3 will be sometime in late October or early November. Now, what will actually happen? Because that's what everyone wants to know. Well, as of right now, and keep in mind that this is subject to change, everything could change in just a matter of days. So that is very important to keep in mind. But right now, everything is pointing towards the release of the Mini 3 to be scheduled for sometime late October, early November. And now, what about the Mavic 3? Well, originally it was actually scheduled to be released before the Mini 3, but because of the problems that they've been having, most particularly with the development of the camera and especially with the implementation of the Hasselblad technology, that has been a big setback for them, and that is the main reason why it has been released. It has been delayed and it has not been released yet. So right now everything is pointing, and our sources have confirmed to us that the Mavic 3 right now is scheduled to be released in early January. So that technically means that we should be seeing the Mini 3 first. So without a doubt, I'm pretty excited to see the Mini 3 release later this year. We're basically a couple months away, so that means we should be starting to receive the first leaks, I will dare to say, in a couple of weeks or in a matter of months. So be prepared, guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on that video as soon as it goes live in the channel. You're not going to want to miss out on. Now, once again, I want to reiterate that everything could change, but as of right now, that is how DJI's schedule is looking like as of right now. Could it change in a week? Of course it can, but as of right now, that's the panorama and how everything is looking. So without a doubt, I'm pretty excited for the Mini 3, and I think a lot of people will be as well, especially because it is a drone marketed for a bigger audience. So we know that it has a much more friendlier price tag than a Mavic Pro drone will have, because we know that the Mavic 3 will be close to $2,000. Now the Mini 3, it probably will be close to $500. So there's a huge price difference, almost 4 times as much on the Mavic 3. So that is what we have till today, guys. That's what DJI schedule is looking like. Hopefully it stays the same, but in case anything changes, in case the Mavic 3 comes out earlier and the Mini 3 gets pushed back, or a brand new drone comes in the middle, don't worry, you will hear it here first. You don't need to worry about that, guys. That's all that I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Drone Emotion, signing out.